Hello and welcome back to the channel. My name is Krashy, and today we're going to be watching and doing like a self-VOD review over myself playing some Gengar jungle. So last night we off stream were doing some practice, and we've been talking about maybe trying some Gengar. Right here you go ahead and see Gigs going toward the center because they did have a potential invade Greedent. So we're looking for ways to kind of shut that down. So Gigs is going to go towards the center, and we're going to be playing Hoopa support. So you can see he's kind of brawling out with the Greedent. The Greedent's going to try to go over the top, and we'll have to try to work to cut down any kind of impact that the Greedent can have. Now, the build that I usually run on Gengar is double glasses with a focus band, but I actually decided to drop the focus band for like a 5-stack scenario, and I'm running a score shield. So, that the score shield on speedsters I actually think is kind of nice. I'm not stacking or anything, but like for talent, it's really, really good because you can, kind of like have like high mobility and move around. For Gengar, it's just like one more score shield to bring to the team. I mean, Focus Band would be fine too, but there's not really great third slot options for Gengar. So right here, we're again, our goal is to just deal with the invading Greedent. So we come here, we deal with this Greedent. The invading Greedent does the job that it needs to do, and that's to slow the jungler down. But what you don't want it to do is to get to the point where you're not getting anything out of it at all, like where you get nothing for them doing this. So we're committing a lot of resources to dealing with this Greedent, and even to the point where it's like, okay, the plan has changed. Let's kill the Blissey, and then it's like, okay, well, we're here. Let's be aggressive. All right, let's kill the Hoopa. We want to get something for how they played with the Greedent, and so now we're in full dive mode. The pressure's on. We have to get trades, we have to get turn-ins, we have to get some kind of value for this, and that's what we're looking to do here. So I went ahead and got my level 5. I got my Dream Meter, and that's going to give me the ability to kind of set up for the Shadow Ball Dream Meter. And so nice, we get a lot of score, we get a lot of turn-in. We're dealing with the fact that they did the invade and kind of like set me behind, but we're kind of trying to flip the script on it and find some kind of value. So the goal was, you see my teammates responding very strongly to the Greedent, and then we're going back in a jungle and we're going to see what we can get. So keeping my eyes on the Greedent. I know that the Greedent is much weaker now because of the fact that they weren't able to level, but now there's a Cinderace in my jungle. So same thing, I'm taking my time, I'm pausing, I'm waiting, and I'm going to try to see if I can fight the Cinderace. So go to sleep. The Dream Eater doesn't quite connect because he had his cleanse on, but I can wait that out. And then now same thing, my team responds. I was actually able to get the red buff there, so we take down the Cinder, we get the pull on them on the Greedent, and then we get the kill. So you gotta show a little bit of love. You gotta get some spins in for the invading Greedent. So now the timetable of this game feels like it's really sped up, right? The Cinder is still ahead of me in experience, but our team is not necessarily behind. So we're here, we're in the bottom lane. Our top laner is mirroring the enemy Lucario, so this is kind of a flip. We're just gonna go ahead and throw our damage at it before their whole team shows up, and their Greedent's a little bit low, stuck at level 5, so we get control of that. I'm only 7.5 even after a Dreadnought, so you can tell that the experience in our game is really like a little bit all over the place. They've invested a lot in kind of like invading and doing crazy things like that, and we've invested a lot to slow it down. So now we're pushing forward, and we're looking to break here so that way we can push for the tier 2. It's at 6.5 minutes. We want to push the tier 2 because they don't have their jump pad. So we're going to go ahead and try to push this, get more score in. Giggs has 30 points on him. If we can put that in, that'll be good. So now we get that, and we're going to go ahead and rotate out. So mid-game, level 9 on Cinder. I'm still not level 9, but our team is admittedly in a good position. I don't remember if Kipsney gets taken down here. Okay, so they use the Unite move. Kipsney gets taken down. I'm kind of looking around, debating whether or not I need to stay here to see if I can help them. Gloxic is going to kind of peel. I think he went a little too aggressive there, but it happens. So he's probably going to go down, or is he? So I go in, and then I think I'm going to have to just eject out or something. But the Cinder with the Blaze Kick catches me out, so we just trade. I tried to go in because I feel like I can get a kill, but the safeguard from Blissey is actually a lot. Kipsney gets back down to bottom lane. Raleigh West gets a kill in top lane, so top lane's going pretty well from what I can see. Kipsney able to use that Unite move to kind of slow them down. And again, this game was a really, really scrappy game, and that's not necessarily the worst thing in the world. So I can get my blue buff. Raleigh West is putting that 40 points in the top lane, and now we have a Dread timer. So I get my Unite move. Finally feel like I'm a full-grown adult Pokemon now, and I'm going to go ahead and go for a red buff. and we're going to be moving around the map. Oh yeah, for the sake of saying, we have been testing out a lot of trick Hoopa, so that's why you're not seeing any portals this game. We're using like double shadow balls, trying to do things like that. And in this play, we're hanging out in top lane because we have Hoopa's teleport, like Hoopa's Unite move. So if we need to, I'm going to use my Unite move, try to see if I can pick off the Cinder, but again, the safeguard is there. We have Hoopa's Unite move, so if we need to, we can just port down. That said, they have a really strong response to top lane, and we're just trying to hold this off as much as possible. Raleigh West is really, really strong. I'm here. I have a lot of damage, and I missed that Shadow Ball. Super cringe. But we have a lot that we can do. So we hold them off. Our teammates get Dread. Giggs throws his ult out, probably just to secure or to, to make sure that they win that fight or whatever they got going on, but no need for me to teleport. And now we're kind of like controlling the mid game. We're right about that 4-minute mark or getting close to that 4-minute mark. So any Unite moves that we might want to use outside of maybe like Pikachu's, we want to go ahead and use it soonish. So that way we can guarantee that we have Unite moves for the end of the game. And then we're going to be looking to position and play our end game properly. So that was a little aggro of me. I'm going to use my eject button to get out of that situation, but I'm just holding top lane. Raleigh West went back at some point probably to heal, so I'm becoming the top lane like off laner. And so even though there's jungle farm, I think at this point, I remember telling like Kipsune or someone to go into my jungle to take it if we can. Like we want that farm to be taken. I kind of don't stop that 14 turn. We want that farm to be taken, but I don't want to give up holding the off lane. So I remember right here I'm saying like, hey, I'm gonna need help, like they're gonna poke me out here, like I need some help. So Raleigh West is on his way back up, and we're just like holding like our strong like lane assignments if we can. So we want to make sure that we're doing things that are important. So we see the Hoopa Unite move here, and it's like, okay, look, they're pushing this, they're committed to it, we can't do anything. And then that kills me. I thought I was out of range of that, but I'm not, apparently. So Raleigh West, I don't know if he gets a kill here, but if he does, they're going to go ahead and push this through. So we let it go. There's nothing we can do. Whatever the point dunk is what it is. We just go ahead and let that go. Kipsune, I think, is doing buffs. So we just have to make sure that they don't push our tier 2. So we admittedly have to give them some points. That's just kind of the way that it is whenever they're committing. And we go ahead and let them have that. So we have small lead, which, if you guys know, is anywhere between 21 and 99 points. So it's a really, really big range to be in, like normal lead. I call it small lead. So we have normal lead, small lead, and we have a Dreadnought coming up. So this Dreadnought, you don't have to take it, but at the same time, you don't want to let them have it either. We get a big burst on Lucario. So it just lined up. Lucario got kind of caught out of position, and we just turn it into a really, really big pick. So now we have the potential to take this Dreadnought. We have the potential to hold positioning on it. We have control of their bush, and we're just going to go ahead and burst it, which is nice because now we have these like 8% health shields. We have more experience. So if anybody like, might have ticked into their plus levels, and we're pretty strong. We're pretty strong. So now we're positioning for mid, holding our bottom L. You can see Kipsune sitting down there with Pikachu, and we're just like looking for strong positioning. At this point, Gloxic is going bottom lane to back cap. Their Greedent is going bottom lane to back cap. So we have a couple of back caps going in, or trying to go in, at least providing pressure. And we have these players in the mid. Giggs is going to drop his Unite move, and Gloxic should be able to just teleport over, and we have a strong fight here. So the fight breaks, we get a couple picks. I pop into my Unite move just so I don't die quickly, and I'm basically kind of like just being elusive. And now we have 3 kills, and we're going to be starting the Zapdos. So we do have to watch out for the Squirrel here, because the Squirrel does have Fluffy Tail. So we're kind of like pacing out, trying to make sure that we're holding secures, because we're not going to be able to kill the Greedent, and we go ahead and secure it. So waiting out the Fluffy Tail there, I think, was really important too, so we don't get it low enough just for like one single belch to just snipe it. I'm just going ahead and chase out the Blissey. We have a really big lead, so I don't like have to score. So I'm just going to chase out the Blissey. My team is going to go score. We already had a small lead, if I know correctly. So we already had a small lead, and we're just like looking to lock this one out. So here's the thing. My thought process is I'm looking at the clock here. We know we have a huge lead. They have to regroup if they want to have any chance, and I'm staggering the KO here. So I'm just buying time, staggering the KO. They know there's no time, and then they go ahead and surrender. So really interesting stuff, really fun game that we played. We really only played the Gengar one time last night, but it's something that we want to try more and just kind of experiment with more. Just speedsters in general, just experimenting with. But there you have it, a little bit of inside the thought process, what we're looking to do, and how we played like this one game, because we practiced a lot last night, and it was a lot of fun. So friends, thank you so much for watching. Drop a comment, drop a like on the video, subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. I would definitely appreciate it. But as always, be sure to be kind to one another. Tell someone that you love them, and I'll see you on the next video.